You know, the kind of movement that starts almost invisibly, behind the scenes, far from the spotlight, without much noise, but little by little starts growing into something huge. Well, that is exactly the kind of scenario that is beginning to unfold over the last few days involving Newcastle United. The atmosphere behind the scenes is heating up, and there are clear signs that something very big could be about to happen. Discrete details, crossed information, phone calls at strange hours. All of this has been catching the attention not only of the press but especially of alert fans like you, who always like to be one step ahead. And look, if you are truly passionate about our beloved Newcastle United, do me a quick favor, subscribe to the channel right now. This is extremely important so we can keep bringing you the hottest news from the most reliable sources and keeping you updated with everything going on behind the scenes at our club. Plus, you will make sure you will not miss a single detail of the movements that honestly could change the course of the upcoming season. So, click that subscribe button now, turn on the notification bell and come along with us. And you know that type of situation that starts with a simple conversation, a few exchanged messages, and before you know it, suddenly becomes the center of attention for several Premier League clubs. Yep, that is exactly what is happening right now. The European press started dropping bits of information that, at first, seemed like just regular transfer rumors, but very quickly began to gain serious traction. And when this type of rumor does not fade away, and instead spreads like wildfire, you already know something big is definitely going on. And there is one detail here that cannot go unnoticed. You know, when a name starts circulating behind the scenes, creates a huge buzz, and suddenly it is being talked about by every major sports outlet in Europe. Well, that is exactly what is happening now. And what is even more striking is that, beyond the British press, major outlets in Germany and Spain are also closely watching this story. And whenever that happens, you know it is a clear sign something massive is brewing. And if I were you, I would not leave this video for anything, because what I am about to tell you could completely reshape Newcastle's plans for this season. Let us dive properly into the subject that is making a lot of people extremely nervous. According to an exclusive report published this week by the highly respected German outlet Sportbild, Newcastle United is officially in the race to sign one of the biggest young talents in European football right now, Xavi Simons. Yes, that is right, Toon fans. The young Dutch star, who shone last season playing for RB Leipzig, has now appeared on Newcastle's radar. And it is not just us. His name is also being closely monitored by other Premier League giants like Manchester United, Arsenal and Tottenham. For those who do not know him very well, Xavi Simons is simply one of the most promising players in world football. Aged just 22, he posted incredible numbers last season, scoring 11 goals and providing 8 assists across 33 appearances in all competitions. He is a highly versatile attacking midfielder, capable of playing centrally or on the wings, but he is most effective cutting inside from the left onto his right foot. And this exact profile is what is catching the attention of clubs looking for top-level reinforcements. And trust me, the behind the scenes of this negotiation are very busy. According to information gathered by Sportbild, the person leading the conversations about the player's future is his brother Faustino Simons. He has been the one holding talks with the interested clubs, listening to offers and, of course, evaluating which sporting project makes the most sense for the player's career. But so far it is not entirely clear which clubs he has specifically been speaking to, adding even more mystery to this potential transfer. Another key point here is the financial side. RB Leipzig, who hold his contract, have set an asking price of €70 million, roughly £60 million. However, the German outlet has already made it clear that this is considered quite an ambitious figure, especially considering that Xavi Simons is entering the final 2 years of his contract. This means yes, there is room for negotiation, and Newcastle could well try to bring that price down, especially given that Leipzig failed to qualify for the major European competitions next season, which may force them into selling. And that situation, Leipzig missing out on European football, plays a big part in the player's decision-making. Sources close to Xavi Simons' camp suggest that he does not want to be away from the big stage and is eager to play for a club competing in major tournaments like the Champions League or, at the very least, the Europa League. And that is exactly where Newcastle steps in as one of the main contenders, offering not just a solid sporting project but also a clear growth path within the Premier League. And look, if you have made it this far in the video, it is because you truly love being fully informed about everything happening with Newcastle. So go ahead, give us that support by subscribing to the channel right now. This way, you will always be the first to receive the hottest updates, straight from top sources like Sportbild, as well as highly reliable journalists like Fabrizio Romano, who, by the way, had already reported Newcastle's interest in Xavi Simons back in July 2024. So do not miss out, hit that subscribe button right now and let us follow every step of this potential transfer together. But of course, as every smart fan knows, when a player of this caliber appears on the radar of several European giants, the competition is always fierce. Besides Premier League clubs, Barcelona are also monitoring Xavi Simons' situation very closely. The Catalan club are keeping a very close eye on every movement and are not ruling out a possible move, especially since the player has a strong connection to Spain, where he came through Barca's academy. However, there is one very important factor that could give Newcastle the upper hand in this race: the sporting project. Unlike other clubs that are going through instability, Newcastle United has shown consistent growth over recent seasons. The board is fully committed to building a competitive squad capable of challenging for titles and firmly establishing the club among England's elite. And that is exactly the kind of vision that can attract a young, ambitious player who is not just looking for visibility, but also wants to be part of something truly big. It is also worth noting that, according to sources linked to the British and German press, Newcastle has already started making discreet moves behind the scenes. Talks are ongoing, although very much under the radar, and everything points towards the club being fully prepared to step up and fight seriously for this deal. The idea is to present a convincing project that includes not only a great salary but also the guarantee of being a key player in the squad for next season. And Toon fans, you know very well when these signs start appearing, it is because something huge is on the horizon. So if you want to keep following every step of this negotiation, do the following right now: subscribe to the channel. That simple click massively supports our work and guarantees that you will not miss a single update on what could be a blockbuster signing that would seriously elevate the level of our beloved Newcastle United. And to wrap it up, despite all this movement, the outcome of this story is still open. Newcastle remains fully alert, monitoring things closely and waiting for the right moment to make their move. Meanwhile, the fans do their part, following, supporting, and of course, keeping an eye on every little detail. After all, Xavi Simon's future could very well run through the corridors of St. James Park. And if that happens, my friends, you can be absolutely sure that we will be right here bringing you every update firsthand. So, Toon Army, do not waste time. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and come with us to follow every chapter of this story that is only just beginning. Because if there is one thing you can be sure of, the behind the scenes at Newcastle United never stay quiet for long, and when things start moving, you can bet that something massive is coming.